Well, that got heated extremely.
Is the cameraman? The cameraman started running right there.
Yeah, hold on. Let's actually see if it keeps going.
Yeah, my manager's calling him. That's why.
All right. I don't know what the hell that was.
Right?
Well, Meek Mill finds himself in another prickly situation with none other than Travis Scott. You know, I don't get it with Meek. Like, sometimes he gets me with the music. I'm not going to front, but then his antics always 100% just makes me draw away from him further. Like when DJ Academics says he's the dumbest rapper in the industry, that's really offensive. But the stuff he does,
he has a short temper for sure.
Yes.
It's crazy to me because, like, okay, this situation now, so he's at a party, and this is a party that's being held by Michael Rubin, billionaire, surrounded by a bunch of other billionaires, you know what I mean? And the first thing that they always say, man, you can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to turn the switch off quick, but Meek Mill seemed like he was turning the corner for a second, and then boom, here we go. This altercation here with Lil Baby. That's crazy.
Was that Lil Baby? No, it was Travis Scott.
Oh, Travis Scott, my bad.
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
Yeah. But I mean, ultimately, really all that happened is because clearly it's a bunch of celebrities. Alcohol is involved. Obviously, social media is going on. It's cameras. Like if you ever watch those reality TV shows, when those women get alcohol in their system and there's camera around, everybody wants to be the top dog. And that's basically what this was. What started the drama, that is yet to be determined.
We're never gonna find out what that is. I mean, you could say and be like, that is to be determined. Just stay tuned. But I don't think anybody's gonna ever tell us what the real cause, especially because once again, it was a billionaire's party. I'm surprised this video even got out. You see how far that person who was filming had to sit? You see how far they were?
Yeah,
that was definitely for a reason. That was definitely for a reason. You know
and
what I mean?
That's why it was so blurry, because that guy or girl had the zoom going, so it started getting all pixelated. Now, Academics had an interesting take on this, and he seems to think there's something going on. Why all of a sudden all these white billionaires want to hang around with rappers, and why is it that the billionaires, they never seem to actually be enjoying the party? They just seem to be on the sideline, just chilling, watching these niggas shucking and jiving and shit.
That's why I said Lil Baby before. I got confused because he was actually one of the people that was at the party too. Who else was at the party? Lil Uzi was at the party as well. Of
course.
Jay-Z, of course. Jay-Z, of course, a billionaire himself. He had to be at the billionaire's party.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Right. Yo Gotti was there as well.
But I mean, what are your thoughts? Like, why do you think that these white billionaires want to hang? I have my opinion, but share yours. Why do you think these white billionaires want to hang around with people that look like me and you?
In all honesty, hip hop right now is the highest grossing type of genre music in the world. And I believe that in order to become a billionaire, as much as you want to be nice, you have no choice but to be a little bit selfish and always be thinking business, like, even if it's not something that you're doing consciously. You know what I mean? Right. So I think that they're hanging around. If rap wasn't the number one genre in the music right now, I don't think any of these billionaires will be hanging around with these rappers. I'll just put it like that.
That's 100% accurate. And my take on that is very different, but also the same. It sounds like you're saying they're just basically trying to get an in so they can possibly look at an investment, try to make some more money. To your point, rap is extremely lucrative. Let's get all the top rappers over here. Let's figure some shit out.
It's like anything else in history, man. It's pretty much, long story short, the white man trying to capitalize off the black man in the best way possible,
But
and the best way is to make your enemy your friend, right?
I don't even think it's that. I
What do you
think
think it
that
is?
you're right in the sense that hip hop is extremely popular music. It's the most popular genre of music in the world right now. And I think that's where it starts and ends. We we're a very influential people, not to mention the urban culture just in general. So, what I personally think is these rich white billionaires, they probably grew up going to these lame ass violin quartet in the background parties. You know what I mean? No,
Right,
no
right, right.
40s, just wine sipping with the pinkies. And they're seeing how we're getting it and how we have fun, and they're like, yo, I want to be around that. I think it's just that simple. And to your point about hip hop being extremely popular, it's just that you want to be around what's the most popular thing. You want to be like, hey, guess who I hung out with yesterday?
But I mean, I never seen Robert Kraft or Michael Rubin ever hanging around with anybody else. They've been rich for a very, really long time, and this is the first time I see them hang around music artists. I didn't see them hanging around Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande.
And you won't, because they're boring as hell. They don't know how to have fun. So that's why when you want to have fun, you invite the people who know how to party.
So
And
you saying this is these man's way to get into the hood a little bit, get a little bit niggerish is pretty much what
let
he's
me
saying.
let me explain something to you. The people who grew up in the projects, the people who grew up in the hood, we don't even like the hood. We trying to get out. It's everybody who has nothing to do with the hood, who watch it from afar, that has this fascination with it.
Very
So
true.
in other words, they want to get the people who came from that situation and they want to bring them into a controlled environment. Listen, you're never going to see none of these billionaires with Hove in the Marcy projects, or with Yo Gotti and AT. They will bring them to where they can control the situation, and that's as far as it's gonna go.
Well, I mean, I got you. We should warn everybody right now. Everybody watching, billionaires, if you're watching this, prepare for these type of things to happen at your party. If you invite these type of niggas
What the
to your
hell?
party, because
Exactly.
this is exactly what's gonna happen. There's always gonna be some type of beef, even when there's no beef.
Viewing
I don't even
public.
know what could have happened
We
between
don't.
Travis.
Yeah, that's
What
what I'm
what
saying.
what could have happened between Travis Scott and Meek Mill? You think? Listen, I don't know, man. I
It
don't
was
know. You think
something
Kylie?
small.
Kylie?
No, 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 no. It was something small.
Let's
It was
start our next rumor.
small. It was something small. Meek Mill was on one, and that's it.
I mean, he did tweet the next day something about 1942,
There,
about how he
there.
was marked off of that or
Listen,
something like that.
listen,
But I mean,
listen, man. Listen, man.
Jamie Foxx song, "Blame It on the
If
Alcohol."
you know how we get with the testosterone, especially when the cameras and all the other big dogs are around. You know how we get. It's something tiny. And you're right. That's why you'll never know. We'll never know what it is because it's so small that if we ever figured out what it was, people will clown Meek for the rest of his life. They'd be like, "Really? Over that? Really,
Oh,
Meek?"
so you're saying that it was Meek's fault, whatever happened.
Hundred
You're
percent,
there's
hundred
a hot
percent,
take.
hundred
There's a
percent.
hot take right there. Okay.
100%.
All
Hot
right.
take, hot take. He's a hothead. Viewing public, what are your thoughts here? I mean, really, we can speculate all we want, and I truly do believe we will never know. But what do you think the argument was over? Do you think that white, rich billionaires have some sort of fascination with the hood? I mean, really, come on, do you have to think about it? It's quite obvious. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to,
Robert Kraft.
well, all right. Wait. What?
Robert Kraft is hanging out with these people too, trying to get
Why
his
are you?
pookie on.
Don't be
I'm just it's
surprised.
just it's just funny to me. I'm sorry.
Listen, man, if we ever get to where they're at, we're gonna be going to these parties too.
Nigga. We already black. What the fuck you talking about?
I'm talking
Man.
about status level, but viewing public, man, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. DJ Academic seems to think that this is just straight for these rich white people's entertainment, and he might be right. I don't think so, but he might be right. Adeuces.
I
Speaking of Lil Baby, you said that he was at the party, right?
Lil Baby was at the party. He wasn't
Was
attending.
was Lil Baby at the party? I want to share my screen because it is
Is that
important.
what I sound like, or is that just an accent that you
No, I just bust that accent out.
Because I was about to do the playback. Like, oh, okay, what's wrong with me? Something wrong.
Logan Paul seemed to have some unsavory things to say about Lil Baby. Let's check this out.
Okay.
I'm like, that shit slaps. These Pink Floyd albums are masterpieces. Every song, how it's placed in the lineage of songs, every second of the song is thought through like some sort of scientific experiment. It's beautiful.
You consume music a lot.
Absolutely.
And
A lot of music.
Comment below. Is there a masterpiece that has been put out in the last decade?
Yes.
Like a true
yeah.
masterpiece?
Absolutely.
What is
Easy. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kanye West.
have
Incredible
to-
album, start to finish. Like
I have
we're
to
talking
agree with that.
from visual experience with the whole 30-minute music video thing that was made to just the music as it plays out and unfolds. This like spectacle and size of everything that goes
Yeah,
into it,
yeah.
it makes it one of the greatest albums of all time, easily.
Yeah, it's definitely a favorite among Kanye fans for
Yeah.
sure. Among music.
Hold on. Pause
fans.
it for a sec. Pause it for a sec.
but I
Pause
just
it for a
like-
sec. To just touch on that, the fact that album, he actually admit that album was pretty much based entirely off of just his relationship with Amber Rose.
Yeah.
That's you got. Come on, man. All of that, the beats that he made, the songs that he made. Kanye. Anyways, sorry, I had to say that. Sorry, go ahead.
Any genius
That's crazy.
is a
One topic.
is a tortured soul, and the best art you will ever create comes from pain.
I just wonder if we're getting to a point where like music is so saturated. people like the 808, the snare drum, and then some fucking lyric that sort of sounds like something like, bro,
That's
I'm
just what
gonna
we're
say
in
it right now.
It'll change.
Lil Baby, he'll pop up on my Spotify.
He just dropped a new album.
Yeah, that's why I think,
Yeah.
because I'm scrolling through and I can't fucking get away from Lil Baby songs.
Here's the
And
deal.
I'm all for the new artists,
right.
but like this one in particular, I have no idea. I have no idea what he's saying. I have none. And it all sounds the same. His tone is the same. It's all the same. I give him a year.
Here's the deal.
Okay. Yeah, that's where you're stopping it. Yeah, that's a proper place to stop it. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
proper place to stop it.
Gives him a year.
Okay.
Go. Well, hold up. Let's, if you don't mind.
Oh,
I
because
just
I'm
wanna-
about to go off on Logan Paul
Yeah, but I just want to, provide the full context before.
or Jake. Which one is that? I can't tell the difference.
They're all the same. They're all the same,
I'm
really.
gonna call him Jogan.
But
now
Lil Baby, he actually did respond.
Oh, he said something. Okay.
Yeah, he did respond. I'm just trying to find the content here.
Did it involve bringing the chopper? Did it involve bringing the chopper along?
Oh my God! No, he was saying something
'Cause
like,
he brought choppers to the hood. He has a song about it.
no, he was basically saying something like, you give me another year and I'll have like another 100 million or something like that. And
Okay.
then, Logan Paul did actually retract the statement, right? He did actually say that he was wrong about Lil Baby. But go ahead.
Yeah, but that's because he probably had the goons. He probably had the goons in the comment section real quick. First of all, listen, Logan Paul, I respect what you do. I do. You do a great thing. You have your YouTube following. You've put out good content. You've stayed consistent. I will respect that. But the last person I am ever gonna take hip hop advice from is a white boy. There is no way in history, in time, that look at my color, and I make music myself. There's no way that Logan Paul is ever going to be the person I go to for hip hop advice. So while he wants to give his opinion, I want him to know that he is probably the least qualified to talk about what's going on in hip hop, especially with somebody like Lil Baby. If you don't appreciate the lyrics and you can't understand what Lil Baby is saying, I'm going to say this straight up. That's your fault. If you can't keep up, because I listen to the lyrics that the man is saying, and while he does rap really, really fast, he's actually saying something while he's rapping. I'm not going to take that away from Lil Baby, man. Come on.
So really quick, I'll speak to that as well. As far as your comment on Logan Paul being credible to really I guess, say anything about hip hop. 100%. He's not the guy to go to. A white person, that's fine. You can go to white people to talk hip hop, but Logan Paul specifically, I don't think so. But I
He's
will,
definitely at the very end of the list.
but I will say this. I got to be honest with you. I don't like Lil Baby. I don't like his music. So when he says that he's going to be here for another year, he gives him a year. I was like, and I had to think about it. And I was like, maybe because these artists come and go. But then I really thought about it. And I thought about the genre. And I thought about the time that we're in. And
Right.
I'm not speaking to you when I say this, but just because I don't like him, he's not my cup of tea, doesn't mean there isn't millions and millions and they absolutely love the guy. They
Do you
think
think did you think about the Migos at any point and how long their run lasted with a flow that's quote unquote similar
this
on
but
every song?
but this is what I'm saying. So the fact that he doesn't know how to read the room. And another reason why I think he retracted the statement you mentioned the goons were coming for him in the comments, I actually think Logan Paul is a white dude. He's got his white boy fans and all that shit. But like, I go back to the generation that we're in. I can bet you a nice portion of people who fool with Logan Paul, I'm not even saying half, but a nice portion who fool with Logan Paul like Lil Baby. So what are we talking about? You can't shit on
I mean,
your supporters, your fans' taste in music.
yeah. That's a good point. That's a solid point. But I think if they really mess with Logan Paul and they're probably Logan Paul fans first. They probably I doubt very few Little Baby fans went over to Logan Paul. let's just put it that way.
Good point. Viewing public, what are your thoughts here, man? Are you I seen people comparing Lil Baby to like I think I see one comparison to like Pac. No. Because you're gonna say some shit, and I'm gonna have to end this podcast. But viewing public again, you're always entitled to your opinion. Where do you rank Lil Baby right now? Where do you rank Lil Baby as far not even new artists, just artists, period? That's with the Kanyes, the Jays, the Coles, the Kendricks. Where do you rank Lil Baby right now? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you say one thing about Pac, this shit is over.
Yo, listen, just do me a favor. Don't ever bring up. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
All right, so keeping it with the social media era. Norway is doing something incredible. I am a fan. Now, Norway has passed a new law making it illegal for celebrities and social media influencers to retouch their photos without disclosing it as such. Now, this move is a bid to tackle unrealistic standards of beauty and will apply to any person that is making money from posting on social media. The bill passed 72 votes to 15, and the amendment reads, the advertiser and the person designing the advertisement must further ensure that the advertisement where a body shape, size, or skin has been changed by retouching or any other manipulation shall be marked. In layman's terms, the shit they used to do in the magazines forever with the airbrushing, and you had girls starving themselves to get like that? No more. They got to say airbrushed. They got to say, this type of whatever.
Beautiful. There's going to be a government issued a watermark that's going to be put on all the pictures that contain any filters from now on in Norway. But before we continue, anybody that's watching this video that's here right now, please drop a like. Please drop a like. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers, so please subscribe as well before we drop our opinions, because we are out here working hard. You know what I mean? Working hard. Am I right? This guy, come on, man.
Just hardly working, but I get it. But yes, please continue. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, because I got.
Listen, I know you got your thoughts. Listen, the fact that this is something that they actually employed into law, I absolutely hate this. I don't like it at all. Me personally, I like the delusion of Instagram. I like being able to look at these girls with their filters. I know they're using filters. I know they put all this stuff on there, but guess what? They look better. They look better doing it. And I already live in the real world. I go outside. I see people in real life. I know what it looks like. I like to be able, just like when I come home and I want to turn on my video games, I want to play a little GTA. You know, I want to escape. That's what Instagram is for. I
Right.
want to be able to escape. I don't want to be able to believe that all these girls are as good looking as they portray on social media. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't like this. I
No,
don't like this.
I mean, and that's fair. There's just there is a fantasy. Like there's a fantasy with that. But the reality is you still get to indulge in that fantasy. The only difference is there's a bit of a disclaimer. So you just for you or people like you just have to look past the disclaimer. The whole reason for that, like I said, is so you don't have these other women or guys, going crazy, killing themselves to try to attain this unrealistic level of beauty. I have a daughter, and social media is crazy right now. My daughter's
Yeah.
2. So I can
Okay.
imagine when she gets to her preteens what the social media game is going to be like. So the fact that this is being implemented now, man, listen, if I wasn't sitting on a chair and the camera, I would get on my knees and I'll thank Jesus.
Your daughter doesn't have Instagram already?
My daughter does not have social media. She will not be getting social media until she's old enough to understand how the inner workings and cyberbullying, et cetera, blah 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 blah.
Oh, oh my God. She's
But
gonna
but
she's
but
gonna be
again,
25.
but again, to stay on the point of this, what Norway's doing, this is something that needs to be implemented here in Canada, in the U.S., in Japan, in Korea, like wherever, everywhere.
Well, hey,
Because
there's rumors. There's rumors it might come to North America.
that's where it needs to go.
Yeah. What do you think is going to happen if it gets over? If it starts becoming a discussion over here?
Listen, at the end of the day, I'll say this to you. It's not going to matter. The only people that it's going to matter to, this is why I say like you're entitled to your feelings, but who cares? The only people that's going to matter to is these, and the only reason why they're doing it is for these little girls. That's it. That's the
Right.
like people like me and you. We don't need the disclaimer. We know already just by looking. We're not dumb.
Right.
We
Right,
know.
right, right,
But it's
right,
these
right.
it's these impressionable girls. They are the ones that need to be like, hey, yes, she's attractive. Hey, yes, she's has this many likes and this many followers. But hey, guess what? This is not real. Okay? This
Who
is
can't
not
see
real.
past the fact that they're actually filters and recognize that.
Exactly. And guess what, boo boo? What you could do it too. You can use all the filters you want. It's just like Halloween. These girls with the filters, for them, it's Halloween every day. They get to dress up every day. It's not real. So the fact that Norway is highlighting this, putting a magnifying glass on it, I absolutely love it. We need that here. We need that right across all social media
No,
platforms.
I don't want any watermark. I just want to be able to live in my fantasy and believe that it is what it is. Even though you sit here and you say that I know that there's filters on there, I do. I know. But guess what? I don't care because there's no proof. There's absolutely zero proof that this is true, that what you're saying is true, and that what I believe is true. Until I see proof, I don't believe it. And once you put the watermark on there, you know what? Just like when they say tap my name on it so I know it's real.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. And I don't want that to happen. So
it's gonna basically break like the fifth wall for you.
the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, all of them.
Viewing public, what are your thoughts here, man? I think
It's the White House.
This guy, I don't know where he's living. Well, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like.
It's a big house. It's a
don't
really big
forget
house.
to like and subscribe. Keeping it moving here, and I want to keep it with social media. We all know Donald Trump. He's off, so he's gone. Like they refuse to let him back on. And what's entertaining is Trump is actually suing Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Now, he's been quoted as saying, "We are demanding an end to the shadow banning, a stop to the silencing, a stop to the blacklisting, banishing, and canceling that you all know so well." He said under the Section 230 of the 1996 Communications Decency Act, social media platforms are allowed to moderate their services by removing posts that, for instance, are obscene or violate the service's own standards, so long as they are acting in good faith. Now, the suits argue that banning or suspending Trump and other plaintiffs, because there's more people, not just Trump, is a violation of their First Amendment, despite the fact that these companies are private. They're private companies. They could do whatever they want to an extent. All three are asking the court to award unspecified damages, declare Sanction 230 unconstitutional, and restore Trump's accounts, along with, again, the other plaintiffs. And more or less, they want everything back to before they got banned. Plus, they want to
Right.
be compensated. Um, speaking from a YouTube channel that's had some strikes, some slaps. I could kind of understand where he's coming from, but the difference between us and Trump is we're not doing things maliciously. We're not doing things with the intent to warp and mislead people. We didn't do any of those things. Anything we talk about is coming from an article, a news article that can be proven. We didn't just create this out of thin air. Right. So I understand what he's saying to an extent, but as far as a private company being able to moderate their platform that has hundreds of millions of people on it, of course they have to do the responsible thing. If you are putting out a very obvious lie that can be harmful, yes, it must come down. If you do it repeatedly, you must get strikes, you must get suspended. And if you continuously do it, especially if you have a platform with over 45 million followers, guess what? After all the timeouts and the suspensions, it's time for your account to just be gone. Thoughts?
I'm not even gonna make this long because this is very simple, man. Donald Trump just dug his own grave. Like I don't understand why he would even try to fight anything. There's nothing for you to fight. There's plenty of proof for you to not be part of the platform. There's plenty of things that have happened as a result of the statements you've made on these platforms. You have made tweets at times when you should be doing your job as a president. So clearly you're reckless with social media. So I don't even know what this fight is about. I don't know why social media is so important to Donald Trump, why he feels the need to be so relevant. It's kind of sad at this point. Like, I understand you wanting to maybe be informed about what's going on in the world, but clearly Donald Trump just wants social media so that he can remain relevant in this world right now. And I guess he can't own any more property because he messed that all up by becoming president and
Pretty
showing
much.
everybody what he's about.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to find another route, because the last thing you're ever going to be is a social media influencer. Like, if you get on social media, there will be people that will follow you, but you're not getting back on social media because people see the damage that can be caused by the simple things that you say. Unfortunately, you command a large group of racist people, whether you like it or not. I don't know if you know this, Donald Trump, but you should know this. You control a large group of racist people. And when you say these dumbass things, they, for some reason, say, hey, let's go on down to the quarry now. Go gather up everything that we need to gather up.
They take it as a fact, in other words.
Man,
Donald
pretty
Trump
much.
can put
I had
the
a whole
battery
statement,
in
but
their
I'm glad
back.
you cut me off. I had a whole southern statement there planned.
I didn't want to
okay.
offend anybody.
No, but I had a script and everything, but that's fine. That's fine.
But look, when you ask, and we could end it here, but when you ask why is he doing this, Donald Trump is in debt, bro. He's in debt. He has a lot of money due in like the next 3-4 years, hundreds of millions of dollars. His brand is completely. So he has no idea how he's going to pay this. He can't borrow from anyone. So if you noticed, they're not really. This is about getting his accounts back, fine. But really, what it's about, they said they are suing for unspecified damages. This is about the money. He's trying to figure out how he's going to pay this because, again, no bank will touch him. He cannot borrow anything. His brand is Draga right now. He's got to get the money somehow, right? Viewing public, man. We've been there. You guys know this. You know, we post every day. Those days we weren't posting, it's because we were in YouTube jail. So I understand what he's saying about them nitpicking, but again, our intention was never malicious. Donald Trump, I hate you with every. That's just a strong word.
Yeah, that's a really
It's
strong
such a
word.
strong word, but
Very strong.
It's the only word that I can use that to describe how I feel about someone that supercharges racist people. Like, that's what he does. That's why they took him off the platform. He's dangerous. How else?
And he
can
says
I
he doesn't
define
know
it?
that he's doing. He says he doesn't realize that he's doing it. But I mean, I mean, how many times can you do the same thing and then say that you don't realize what's happening? Like, I mean, come on.
Viewing public, what are your thoughts here? Guess what? We're on all social media platforms because we are responsible. And you can find us wherever you go online on your social media at Two Guys Doing a Pod. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel because we figured out the things not to say to get back in YouTube because we're
This
responsible.
is great. This is great.
Deuces.
This is a great. We should just post that at the beginning of every one of our videos as discretionary.
Oh,
That's perfect.
We gotta do our discretionary too. I
Oh,
forgot
okay,
about that.
yeah. I'm gonna do that up. I'm gonna do that up.
Well, keeping it Florida because Donald Trump lives in Florida. I'm sure this guy's a fan of Trump as well. So former police officer Martinez was sent to prison for time, forcing teens to strip to avoid being arrested. So he pulled over two 18-year-olds after he discovered alcohol and marijuana in their vehicle. Now, instead of being a normal police officer, uh, Martinez lured them into a remote area where he instructed them to strip and run naked. He told them that doing this would get them out of being arrested. So I quote, this is from one of the victims. I took my pants off, I took my shirt off, and I kind of looked at him like, is this enough? And he's like, that's it. I turned around in front of them. I turned away. I took down my underwear. I took off my bra. And additionally, this is allegedly now, Martinez tried to forcibly have sex with one of the victims. He's looking at 10 years.
Oh my. What is happening with the police training going on right now?
This is Florida.
What is going on?
This is Florida. But I mean,
Oh my
I
goodness.
guess the real question here is two teenagers on their way to a concert, alcohol and weed in the car. They're 18 years old. They are not trying to get a ticket. They are not trying to have their weekend ruined, then get grounded, can't get the keys from the parents anymore. You know the whole thing. When you're 18, parents control your life. This is what the cop is thinking. Cop is like, hey, I could let you off. I just need to see them thanks.
Right.
Now, I mean, put yourself in the 18-year-old's position. Whether or not it's a police officer, you have to know that what the cop is asking you to do is wrong. And you could just say, no, arrest me. Why do you think they went along with this? Was it
Exactly what you said? They're
it
young. They're young and they're trying to get. They don't want to get in trouble. It's as simple as that. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. When you're young and you don't understand how it works, and you just want to get out of trouble, and somebody's telling you this is what you have to do to get out of trouble, that's what you're gonna do. It's really just as simple as that.
Right.
It really doesn't get more complex than that. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to understand, and I'm not trying to victim blame here. Obviously, Martinez is an animal. He should be locked away forever, longer than 10 years. But this thing went to court. So why not just be like, no, arrest me, and then file charges against the officer? Why go through the whole charade of, getting naked? Why do that?
How old were these girls again?
18.
They were both 18. Did they give names of these girls?
Yeah,
or?
one of them was Riley. I can't remember the other one. Yeah.
So right, okay. So
don't do it.
You know what I'm gonna do. You know exactly what I'm gonna do. You know exactly what I'm gonna do.
I know where you're going.
So then exactly what I'm gonna do.
Then do it. You might as well now.
You don't have any experience with this situation, because you're a certain color. Then you might operate in a way that allows you to be taken advantage of. When you come from an area where maybe the situation had occurred and you have more experience with it at a younger age, maybe you know exactly what to do. Maybe you have a little bit more attitude, a little more aggression, and a little bit less compliance. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? It sounds like Riley, who could be from anywhere, who could be from. Don't take my laughter as saying, "Hey, this is where she's from," because that's you making an interpretation of my laughter. You know what I mean? That's not me saying that I think she's white at all.
Listen, viewing public, as crazy as he sounds, there's a small seed
Don't
small
do
little,
that. I
small little
know.
sprinkle.
It makes you angry because I
small
talk
little sprinkle there
this the dumbest
of
shit, but
fact.
it
Of
makes
fact.
sense.
There's
I
a small little
know.
sprinkle of fact.
You're so
there.
mad. I know. I get
And
it. I
listen,
get it.
listen, nobody's trying to victim blame here. But I mean, this is a little weird. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if I said it once, I'll say it again. Stay out of Florida. We need to create like a playlist with just Florida, like 100%. All right. Okay. So let's leave Florida for a moment. And I wonder if Black Lives Matter. Do you think they have a chapter in Florida?
This guy said, "Let's leave Florida for a moment. Let's leave Florida for a long time if possible."
Well, you know I ain't going. I don't know why you think you're gonna take me to the States.
I'm telling you, we're going to
happening.
Disneyland. I'm
It's
telling
never
you.
happening.
Oh my God, we're gonna film it.
No,
I'm
I would
telling you, we're going to
rather- I would
Disneyland in
rather-
Orlando.
I would rather
And
go
we
to.
are so gonna film it. That's gonna be the greatest episode ever
Listen,
of Two
listen.
Guys.
I
Remote.
listen. I would rather go to Canada's Wonderland when it's like 50 degrees out.
Two Guys Try.
And there's no mask mandate.
What do you think about that for a title? Two Guys Try, where we just go out and try different things. What do you think?
I think it sounds a little homosexual. Not that there's anything
Okay.
wrong with that, but I'm just saying.
Right. No, that's something that you said. Okay, so you keep digging a hole. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, let's go on with the topic. I'm
All
sorry.
right,
This is
fair
crap.
enough. Fair enough. Black Lives Matter, because Black lives do matter. They basically want to set up a chapter here in Toronto. They're looking to purchase a 10,000 square foot building in downtown TO and transfer it into a new community activism hub and a creative space. So the Black Lives Matters people to them say that they want to purchase 24 Cecil Street, and this location will include meeting rooms, a community kitchen, a recording studio, a dance studio, and will also host a range of programming. Now, it's a perfect location because it's actually very close to where Marcus Garvey, if you don't know Marcus Garvey, do your Googles, is where he had his Toronto office as well. So it's basically in a very historically Black neighborhood. Now, here's the crazy thing. The building they want to purchase is $8.2 million. They have no idea how they're going to pay for it, but our city, Toronto, we're willing to put 250 bands toward the purchase of this building for them. Now, I am a fan of BLM. I like what they've done. They are messy in some areas, but people are people and people make mistakes. So I'm talking about the woman who, embezzled the money and da da da.
Right.
Now, Toronto is our city. We, it's our tax dollars, etc. Are you comfortable knowing the history of BLM, the good and the bad? Are you comfortable with them 250 bands towards them getting a hub here in Toronto?
Listen, I'm conflicted, but at the end of the day, they bought a property. They bought a property, and there's positive plans that go into the property. So I can see where the money is going. This is a large chunk of money, and shout out to Brandon Gomez, who I watched a YouTube video that he did, where he actually interviewed one of the co-founders of BLM Canada and spoke to him about this purchase and everything like that. So it was like a little 10-minute video that he has on his page, right?
Okay.
And a little more insight, a little more insight as to where the money came from and all that, because that's where I'm curious.
Right.
I heard how much it cost. That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
So I was curious as to where that came from. And obviously they said they didn't word specific, but they said it came from private investors. Some came from the government, and some came from just people that wanted to donate from their global fund. A large chunk actually came from the BLM Global Fund.
So just like people donating to them
all over the world. So I guess
Right.
the main, whatever they consider to be the main chapter of BLM, they have a main fund, and they just distribute to all other areas of the world as per necessary. You know what I mean? So
Look, I'm going to keep my piece very straightforward to the point. I love the fact that they want to have a location here, a recording studio, dance studio, community kitchen. That's going
Right.
to do amazing things. But guess what?
Right.
What? They need to pay for that shit all by themselves. I don't think we need to pitch in, not a dime, not a penny. Maybe we give them a little bit of tax break or whatever like that, but I don't think we need to pitch in. I think we need to pitch in this much.
yeah, because the joke is that they're spending this much money, and then they're going to open this space, and then, as admitted by the guy who was interviewed once again by Brandon Gomez, they're going to be charging for certain services that they have there. So his plan, as he said in the video, you can go watch it. He said that he plans to open a little event space where they can, have a little events, and I'm pretty sure they plan on charging people to rent these out in order to pay for their bills, because as we all know, BLM is a nonprofit,
Thank you.
and the nonprofit is because they're embezzling money.
I didn't say that. Viewing public, what are your thoughts? Especially if you're local to Toronto, is this a good or a bad thing? Do you think that we should be pitching in on them purchasing this property? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't know nothing about no embezzling. This nigga's crazy.
Hey, deuces, man.
What else do we got here? We have a bunch of stuff. So Black Lives Matter in Toronto. Oh, I guess should we keep it Toronto? Yeah, let's keep it Toronto. Okay, so Drake certified lover boy. I know you've been waiting on this. You've been crying.
That's how we're keeping it Toronto. Just right to
Toronto.
to the sixth God.
Right
All
to the
right,
sixth
cool.
God. And certified lover boy.
Hold on. I'm about to... Here we go, boy. Here we go.
It actually might be coming out tonight.
I'm ready. I am
It might be
ready.
coming out tonight.
Yes, because I know what you about to say. I am ready. I'm ready.
So Drake,
You guys, biggest Drake fans, both of us
Well, I don't know
together
about the biggest, but Drake,
as a pair, not just me.
Yeah, just you. Drake has been confirmed that he's going to be appearing in Las Vegas for Fight Night this weekend, possibly walking out with Conor McGregor for his match against Dustin. Is it Poirier? Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, great. So Dana White's been obviously doing promo. You know, he hypes shit up naturally, and he said this weekend is going to be nuts. In a nutshell, you've got T-Mobile sold out with the McGregor fight. You got a sold out stadium with Garth Brooks, Bieber doing a concert here this weekend. And I think Drake is dropping his album here this weekend. People have been waiting on this.
That's okay. Oh my gosh.
So
No,
the reason why this might be credible.
You killed it. You killed it.
He's going to the UFC event. Event, and Dana White, obviously president. Maybe he say, "Hey, my album's
No, listen. Why would? Okay, listen. First of all, you sent me the thing. I read it, and you know what? I'm against the headline hot takes hashtags, but I'm a victim of it right now because I got excited because I'm like, you know what? I see this. I see it. CLB's about to drop. I don't need to read this article. I know everything I needs to know, and everything else I want to be surprised about. I wanted to tell me the date. I was ready for it. But then you tell me that Dana White, president of UFC, who wants to make money off of these fights, says that Drake, one of the biggest hip hop artists, is going to drop his album during one of his events. And then you want me to be excited about it. Stop. Why don't you do that, man? That's not even nice, bro.
Yo, some hip hop blog sites picked it up, and they've been tweeting releases that are coming out tonight. They've been tweeting releases that are coming out tonight, and they're like rumored Drake certified lover boy.
There's gonna be places that don't even care about the UFC that are now talking about the UFC.
So you're saying,
and we know what he's doing.
You're saying Dana's just running game.
Listen, I'm mad at you. I'm not even mad at Dana. I'm not even mad at Dana White anymore. I'm focusing my aggression on the person I can see.
Viewing
That's
public,
not right.
Listen, viewing public, what are your thoughts? Do you think the album is going to come out? One thing that I do know, I don't know definitively, but I'm feeling as this album takes longer and longer to come out, is it will be a surprise release. I don't think there's going to be a promoted release date. I think you're just going to wake up to it. It's going to be all over your social media. I was honestly thinking that he was going to wait for the clubs to open back up.
Well, first I thought it was going to be Canada Day. I'm not going to lie. And then I thought he was going to wait after that until like the clubs open back up and other stuff. But since there's no knowing when that's going to happen, my prediction, because I definitely think it's going to drop before summer's done. I think he's going to be dropping it before the end of this month. That's my prediction. It's going to be out before the end of this month. And I'm calling the last week of this month. That's my closer prediction. Just what do you think? What do you think?
My prediction is it's going to come out by this weekend.
This weekend. You think Dana White is talking the truth?
I think it's fact. Viewing
listen,
public,
listen.
what is your prediction?
I swear to God, if you break my heart twice, I'm gonna reach through this thing and just continue. Just go on, man.
Viewing public, what is your prediction? When do you think this album's actually going to come out? Do you think you're going to like it? Do you think you're going to hate it? Will there be polka music on it? I still think there will be. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Keeping it hip hop though, we did catch a lot of flack when we put out the DMX video with the untold story, in Toronto, where he got allegedly got robbed. And then when he passed, RIP DMX, absolute legend. When he passed, we did a video about that, and people were like, "Oh, you guys are such hypocrites," and shut up. But anyways, so there's been some information regarding his, I guess you'd call it like an autopsy.
That's exactly what you would call it.
But I'm wondering, anyways. So yeah, so there's been some information on that. It's basically to like why he actually passed away, and
cause of death.
Yeah, I don't think there's a nice way to say it, but it was a heart attack, like induced by a cocaine overdose.
That's what was reported. That's what was reported as the definitive term. And I mean, you're right. There's no nice way to put that. There's no nice way to put that. And it's hard for people to accept because obviously there's a reason why it took so long to come out. I'm not surprised that they waited until after his album dropped. I appreciate and I respect whoever was able to keep this under wraps for so long, because I'm pretty sure that this isn't when they're just finding out. Like, it doesn't take this long. Like, how long did they have DMX's body out of the ground? We already saw his funeral service. You know what I mean? So
yo, who was it that actually said this already? I remember everybody was coming out bashing him.
It was Irv Gotti.
And everybody was coming out bashing Irv, and Irv was on point.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I can understand why they bash
certain things.
Like,
yeah, exactly. It's about timing. Exactly. We spoke about that too, man. We spoke about that too. And the one thing that was said in that video was, it's not about what he said, whether or not it's true, because that's not hard to believe. It's just about the timing of it. Like, bro, just let the family have time to grieve. Let them do their thing before you come out with that information. You know what I mean? And as fans, once again, as I will say, because I gotta defend this guy, we a team, and people seem to want to come for him because he was making jokes about DMX that you may not find funny postpartum, but were based on real stories, real things that happened, and people in the comments said that they heard about it, all this stuff too.
And hold on, and just to clarify, not jokes, just reporting. I mean, I may have reported with a smile, but go ahead.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. However people felt about whatever you said, they were based on things that were true. And this allegedly. Is only, how could it be allegedly when there's a report that it was a cocaine induced heart attack?
I'm talking about the robbery in Toronto. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, the robbery, right? That was never proven because we didn't grow up. That didn't happen at the time of the cell phone and all that stuff. So It's not be proven. But I mean, read the comments. go through the comments of the video. You don't have to be there. Enough
and
people said it.
You'll see that. They're also saying that X was diagnosed brain dead early on, explaining that his death happened immediately. So he pretty much immediately he passed.
Now here's the worst part about this whole story, man. DMX for me was more than inspirational as to why I even started loving music. Like, I didn't like hip hop until DMX. Like, that's a fact. Like, me and my best friend, we were the biggest DMX fans when he first came out. I remember the first house party that I was at, and it's a hilarious story because at the time, my dad was a barber, so everybody thought just automatically I knew how to cut hair. So there was a day where my cousin and my best friend wanted me to cut their hair. You know what I mean? I had no idea what to do. It wasn't anything too crazy. They just wanted a lineup. Just a simple lineup. Me being me and thinking that I know how to do everything. I'm like, of course I can do this for you. I had never cut hair before in my life.
That's a shame.
Not one time. Just watch my dad cutting my hair, not through a mirror, but literally watching my dad cut my hair.
Right.
So I said, yeah, I do it. I cut the worst line. I pulled their hairline so far back. We had to wear headbands for the party because it was so bad. We had to go out and buy headbands because at that time that was popular. People were rocking headbands on the regular thing. Yeah, it was regular. People, because of Nelly, right? Because of Nelly. Right. People were rocking headbands up, so they were easy to find. It wasn't hard to find them. You could find thick ones, small ones, all
Band-Aid.
type of sizes. You know what I'm saying? It was great.
yeah,
it was
yeah,
great, right? We get to this party, and DMX "Get at Me, Dog" comes on. This is the first time I ever hear this song. This is the first time I ever hear DMX, and I hear and I hear this man go in, and I swear to you, it's hard for me to remember a lot of things that happened in my life, you know, for various reasons. But this, I remember very clearly. I fell in love. I said, "What was that? Pull it up." I remember pulling it up, and pulled it up once, and all of a sudden I'm rapping some of the words to a girl, feeling like I'm DMX. That was the beginning of Swaggy Dre.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. When the only person musically, because they make a lot of comparisons to Pac, we just spoke about that earlier. The only person musically, I want to be very clear about that, musically that comes close to Pac is DMX. With that being said, man, again, rest in peace, condolences to his family, his friends, his fans. We're definitely one of them. And he's just a legend, man. And he's created a legacy, a body of work that is just never, ever, ever going to devalue.
Yeah.
Any one of those albums, you could play it 20 years from now. It's going to be dope. When hip hop, and hopefully it doesn't, but if hip hop ever becomes one of those things where it fades out, you know how they have like a rock and roll oldie station? If they ever
It's gonna
get
be like a combo genre,
if they ever have, they're going to be bumping DMX, man.
rap country
He's
blend.
he's a legend. Leave it in the
Yeah.
comments, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Deuces. All right.
Hey.
Keeping it. Don't you gonna yo, there was this guy.
I was about to do it.
Yeah,
I
I can
was about
never
to do
do I can never do the bark or the growl, so I just don't try. I sound like I sound like a cat
Come on.
that
Come on.
smokes.
Don't get yeah. What you don't want to do is get me started.
Now, speaking of smoking, $1 billion.
That's so rude. So rude. That was a DMX impersonation.
Yeah, it was a horrible.
Not me smoking.
It was a
Okay.
horrible one. $1 billion of illegal weed seized in Los Angeles. It's the county's biggest bust in its history. I didn't say a million. I said $1 billion.
Thank you. Because I love sometimes when we tell these stories, and you will say some things that are just incredible, and immediately skip over like this is CP24 and we're changing to the weather report.
Fair enough. I do that, and I'm gonna do that now. So a quote from one of the cops. He says, "We want to send a clear and loud message to all the cartels and anyone doing illegal operations in the high desert. Your days here are over, and we're coming for you." End quote. New quote. Most Californians would be shocked and disappointed at the amount of water that these unlicensed illegal grows are using, especially as
Okay.
California suffers from a drought.
Okay.
Associate Special Agent in charge Kurt Fallon said on Wednesday, "By our calculation, the illegal grows in Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties require," this is crazy, "an astounding 5.4 million gallons of water every single day."
Hit the taxpayers. Hit the taxpayers.
Damn.
Tell the taxpayers what they losing. Tell the taxpayers what they losing. I love it.
I don't know. Lots of weed. What are they losing?
I like the way they appeal to that. I like the way they appeal to it. Listen.
Yeah.
33,000 pounds of marijuana was confiscated. 33,000 pounds. They say that they destroyed 370,000 plants. Listen, these are numbers
My heart.
where me sitting here as a person who enjoys the herbal for medicinal purposes, of course. Of course. This hurts my heart. It's like when you're watching a movie as a guy, right? When you're watching a movie as a guy and like anything happens to like the dick region, like they get kicked or like it gets cut or you know what I'm saying? And you just get that little ooh. I read those numbers and I felt that pain. Don't laugh at me, man. Don't take my laughter for humor. It's not. It's from sadness. This is how I react when I'm sad. I laugh.
After
So
laughter,
don't laugh.
After laughter comes tears.
After laughter, you don't even know what I be doing, man. You don't even know what I be doing. 33,000 pounds? God damn. $1.193 billion. Like, this is a crazy, crazy amount of marijuana, though.
What I don't understand is why not just sell it? Like, they can't sell it in their state. I get that. But why not like transfer it to one of the states where it's legal, get them to sell it and then split it, just bust it up 50-50. Why not just do that? Like, I don't understand. Why do you have to burn all of that weed? If they really wanted to send a message to the cartels, the cartels were bringing in all this dope to make money to line their pockets.
Right.
So if you really wanted to send a message, be like, all right, dude, I'm gonna take that
recirculate it.
and I'm gonna sell that piece and I'm gonna keep all the money. That would have pissed them off even more.
I can tell you one thing. All I'm going to say is Denzel Washington in Training Day. They are lucky I did not become a cop.
Seriously.
Because anyhow, I'm thinking exactly like that. I'm trying to say maybe because it says 1.193 billion. There's a 0.007.
I did miss that.
That is in my mind. Why is it just not an even 1.2? Why is it just not a clean? Why?
That's true. That's very true.
Why is it not
Somebody skimmed a little
clean?
something. Somebody skimmed a little something. You know what's going on.
You know they're trying to get the highest number possible. You obviously, right? Why not just make it a clean 1.2? They said 1.193. Somebody just said, "Listen, I see some profit in that."
I know.
shit.
They say I see opportunity.
I see some opportunity.
I see opportunity.
They got a few Denzel Washingtons on the force clearly.
Listen,
and that's
man,
what's going on over here.
all I'm trying to say is a lot of homeless people in California, a lot of children that go without in California, a lot of needy people in that state.
Let's give them some weed. I
know it's what I'm saying is sell the
weed. Give them
weed.
some weed. We should give them all weed.
No, sell the weed and then take the money and reinvest it. And reinvest it and weed invest it. That's all I'm saying.
Nigga, they don't even want to buy books in the States. You think they're gonna stop this? What is wrong with you, man? They got trillions of dollars for relief for all types of other things, but they don't have no money for no books. And you want them to take this money and reinvest it in good stuff? That's what you want them to do with it? The weed is gone. The weed is gone. Okay.
All right, fair enough.
The weed is now gone.
Viewing public, what are your thoughts here? Do you think that the entire state should have become a drug, basically a drug operation and just flip the weed? I think so. What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Keeping it on drugs though, because drugs is the theme of the day.
And then just like we could just go with something else, but yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure there's other things we could have chosen.
No, it's the theme. It's the drugs.
All right.
So,
cool.
Prescription drugs found in a child's Happy Meal. 2 McDonald's employees arrested. Now, according to People is like a magazine or an online magazine. The mother said her blood was boiling after finding prescription drugs in her 11-year-old son's Happy Meal. Now, the drug that they found is used to treat narcotic dependence. So naturally, of course, they viewed the store footage because there's cameras everywhere, right? And they concluded that the drugs were placed in the box by accident. So ultimately, what happened is the person who had the drugs on them, they had like a little shirt pocket, a big pen, and they put the drugs in there. They were bending over to do something, and it fell out into the kid's Happy Meal. Later on, they came back and said, "Hey, what the hell is this? There's drugs in my kids." Da 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 da. And they ended up getting charged. Why did they get charged? Because the person who fell out of their pocket actually got that drug illegally. They bought it from somebody, one of their coworkers. So they got
Very nice.
So they got charged for having it. The other girl
cross contamination at its finest. But I mean, were they really doing a disservice? Because what is the meal called?
Happy Meal.
And I'm pretty sure that kid was pretty happy after they had that meal. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they really defeated the purpose on that one.
Listen, I mean, in all honesty, just to actually speak to that, just on a serious note for a second.
I'm being serious.
Oh my God. Well, all right, fair enough.
I don't have no kids. I don't have no kids.
Yeah, see that's your perspective. This is what I'm saying, right? I mean,
Super happy.
an 11-year-old is not just going to pick up anything and put it in their mouth.
Old enough to be happy with a Happy Meal.
Thank you. A 2-year-old, on the other hand, a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old definitely is going to see that it's a Happy Meal, might even think it's a part of a toy.
Right.
Then what?
Delicious.
Right? And now what I'm trying to understand is we reported yesterday where Chris Brown's I guess gardener or whatever is trying to sue Chris Brown. The gardener's husband is trying to sue Chris Brown because of dogs, trying to get a payday. We seen where the vegetarian, the vegan is trying to sue McDonald's because remember she got the meat burger.
Right.
Trying to get a payday.
Right.
This woman found drugs, narcotics in her child's Happy Meal. I've yet to hear anything about a lawsuit. Do you think one is pending?
You know what? I honestly didn't even think of. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. There's no lawsuit for real.
I've yet to hear anything about.
Oh well, then I know what's going on. It was her boyfriend. It was her boyfriend's pills. I know exactly what's going on. It was her boyfriend's pills that fell. It was a stepchild situation. They were all eating together. It fell in the meal. The kid ate it. It's a big situation. Blah 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 blah. This is me guessing, by the way. This is not me saying this is actually what happened. Okay.
Obviously.
YouTube.
I know, right?
YouTube. Let me get super close to the microphone. YouTube. This is not me saying this is what happened. Okay.
Keeping it McDonald's though, because it's important that we do that. Well, hold up 1 second. 1 second. Let me fully close that video out. If you're a McDonald's fan, you're going to like this next story as well. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Definitely drop a like. Definitely drop a like.
You love McDonald's.
I do. You know what? If you like McDonald's, drop a like on this video. Let's see if we can get this video to, let's get a number on this one.
Likes?
Yeah, how many likes?
I'm good with 50.
Let's see if we can get this video to 50 likes.
If you enjoy McDonald's,
and you enjoy what we're doing right here, man, you ain't never dropped a like on here, drop a like on this video. Even if you have, drop a like on this video.
So listen, man, as a kid growing up, of course I enjoyed McDonald's. I'm a kid, I like the nuggets, the Happy Meals, and the toy, of course, right?
Right.
As an adult who can think, make logical sense, make wise decisions, McDonald's is just not something I want to put in my body. You, on the other hand, I think you probably ate McDonald's this week. Am I lying?
What week is this?
Oh my God. What I'm trying to say is this is not something you should be putting in your body. And the reason why I'm trying to make a point out of this is because there was a wild car chase. All right. There was a wild car chase. Johanna Gardell, 38. She stole a work vehicle, bringing equipment to a job site around 8:45 in the morning, which prompted obviously people to call the cops. Allegedly, she struck a van, which brought her to a halt. But when the officers attempted to move in on the stolen vehicle, she reportedly pulled the truck in reverse, hit the gas, smashed into a police cruiser, and briefly drug an officer along before getting away again. So she's on the run. She's thinking to herself, you know what? I'm probably going to get caught. I'm probably going to go to jail. This is my last moments of freedom. What am I doing?
Getting a Big Mac.
She decides to pull my guy and whip through the McDonald's drive-thru.
I mean, logical.
She's logically, of course. I mean, you're about to get locked up. You're not going to get in a long time. McDonald's.
Yeah. It's a portable meal.
I have to ask.
Go ahead.
I have to ask. And I know it's going to sound stupid, right? It's going to sound stupid. If you're on a police chase, cops are chasing you, and you come to the realization this is not going to end well, either you're dying or handcuffs.
Right.
Whipping down the road, you see a McDonald's, you see a Wendy's, you see a Chris Ruth, you see a Red Lobster.
Let me close my eyes so I can visualize this.
And in your mind, you're pulling over, you're ending this chase. Where are you pulling into? I did say Chris Ruth's, by the way.
There's a Wendy's, there's a Ruth Chris, there's a Red Lobster.
And a McDonald's.
Where am I pulling up to? Yeah, I'm pulling up to Red Lobster.
Oh,
pulling up
thank
to-
you, God.
I'm pulling up to I'm pulling up to Red Lobster. I'm not pulling up to McDonald's. I mean, come on. You added those other places on purpose. The reason why you emphasized, I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. I know why you emphasized Ruth Chris in the first place. I get it. I see
Yeah.
what you're doing,
Oh,
but I'm
man.
not that bougie. I'm not that bougie. I like Red Lobster. And I'm not even going there for no lobster. I want the cheddar biscuits. I want a crap load of cheddar biscuits. If I'm gonna leave, it's gonna be on a gluten high. That's how I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave on the best gluten high possible.
Well, I mean, viewing public, like, what are your thoughts here, man? Obviously, what she did was completely idiotic. But at the end of the day,
No, stop saying that. That's because you're biased, bro.
I'm
That's
not
because you're biased.
biased.
What was dumb about what she did? Tell me what was dumb about what she did. She knew that she was about to get caught. She's on a high-speed chase, and she said to herself, "Listen, I want to grab myself a Big Mac and enjoy some fries before I go to jail. Possibly a large Coke, no ice, with some tartar sauce on the side." I'm not saying that's my order. I'm saying that's probably what she ordered. That's all I'm saying. This
Yeah,
guy's
what
saying
she-
it's
yeah,
idiotic
yeah,
just
yeah.
because
What
you don't.
she did-
The world doesn't revolve around
what
you,
she
bro.
did was absolutely stupid.
The
Granted,
world doesn't revolve around you, bro.
of course, if you want to end the chase, you should pull over safely. But in a McDonald's drive-through, that's all I'm saying.
This guy said.
That's all I'm saying. Viewing public.
This guy said like a simp. If you want to end the chase, just pull over. No, you don't pull over simply, because you know what happens after you pull over? You go to jail, and then that's it.
Nah,
You
not
go to
unless you look
jail.
like, not unless you look like us.
Well, if you want, and then even further, why would you not want a Big Mac before that? You see, you're just helping me, man. You
Yo,
better end this, because you're not helping yourself right now.
viewing public, leave it in the comments. Honestly, this was clearly a stupid idea. This was dumb. This was idiotic. But
That you think it's dumb.
but if you had to pull over in one drive-through before they locked you up and threw away the key, where are you going? I know where I'm going.
Cheddar biscuits. You're pulling over and getting arrested with no food in your belly, hungry. That's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm
winner!
not trying to get shot.
Round of applause for
not trying to get
this
shot.
guy.
I'm not
Round of
trying to get
applause for
shot.
this guy. Enjoy your time with Bubba.
Leave it in the
show you
comments.
another Big Mac.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Deuces. Another Big Mac. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Hey, thanks for watching that video, man. One thing we need you to do, I need you to like, I need you to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and please drop a comment and join in on the conversation.
Absolutely. We are trying to get to our goal of 500 and beyond.
Sir.
As you can see, we are almost there. And that video, that little icon there, I need you to click on that, watch the next video, like, rinse, and repeat. 2 Guys Doing a Podcast. Deuces.